discipleship here at Carthage Nazarene.
Hi, good morning. My name's Kent, in case you didn't catch that from John, and it's been my privilege to serve as the SDMI president here at Carthage Nazarene for the last couple of years. I'd like to start off by reminding us the very last words of Jesus here on earth before he ascended into heaven. It's recorded at the end of the book of Matthew where he said, "God authorized and commanded me to commission you, go out and train everyone you meet far and near in this way of life, marking them by baptism in the threefold name, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Then instruct them in the practice of all I have commanded you." Now, I'm the type of guy who thinks Jesus really meant this when he said this. And I think we do too. We know this wasn't just some offhanded throwaway comment before he flew into the heavens. There is a test at the end of this, and this will be on the test. And I think we take it pretty seriously here. In fact, we've kind of incorporated this into our mission statement, which says that we will lead people into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ. And this is best done when we worship, connect, and serve. For the last couple of years, I mentioned I've been the SDMI president, and we've focused at first on connect groups. But in the last few months, we've rolled out some new training called the process of discipleship. And John just mentioned our landmark class. We launched that on Back to Church Sunday, and it is a way for people that are new to this congregation or new to faith to learn more about connecting here and making that worship, connect, serve just part of their DNA, part of who they are, like we all have done. And the landmark class is just a short class we offer after every service. Jerry Gorley's been in charge of that and done a great job. We've had about 50 people come through that class so far. The next series of classes, and you do have a card you can follow along if you choose to. And if you're the type like me who often skates through and says, my spouse picked this up on the way in, please grab one of these on the way out. And you can read about the classes on your card. The trademark class is just a basic introduction to faith, and it talks about the sacraments, the Bible, how we came to get it, how it's organized, how to pray, how to study, what communion is all about, how to connect into our church. And we've had about 15 people come through that class so far. The trouble is we have more people that want to attend that class than can attend that class. So you will notice on the back side of your card, I'm asking for a response from every adult to say, if you are talented in the area of teaching or curriculum development, to please help us as we continue to develop our process of discipleship. What I wanted to say earlier and forgot was, we have all these great programs, but we don't have this concierge service where we help usher people through the process. If you're brand new to this congregation, you won't hear about wisdom of the word unless someone personally invites you or you happen to stumble across the place where we have a sign-up sheet for it. We want to develop this process where we help people through this whole process so they go from being a visitor to a regular member to someone who regularly worships and connects and serves with us. That's what we're trying to do. We are also developing a class we call Watermark, which will be a more in-depth survey, but still a quick survey across the Bible. We'll learn all about the books of the Bible, what they're about, their major themes, the major events in each book. And the next class I'm really excited about, we will be able to roll out soon. We're going to call Hallmark. Imagine if you could do a study where you would take all your life events, your core beliefs and values, and your spiritual gifts and find out where they intersect. Because in that middle spot where they all intersect, we call that the sweet spot of ministry. That's where you can be happiest and most effective in reaching others for Christ. And we're going to start that class real soon, trying to get it on the schedule. This is the type of class I think, if you're not new to our congregation, the first two classes are probably more for the people that are new. This class is something I think all believers should consider revisiting every few years, just to make sure, am I still exactly where I can be best used by Jesus and the church? And then the final class we'll start developing very soon, we're going to call Postmark, and that's the idea of sending people out into the world, taking people that have been discipled and making them the disciplers for the next generation. So that's the idea of sending them. We will go over basic systematic theology, give people a chance to learn how to make convincing arguments, and then most importantly, Learn your own personal story and the best way to tell that story. So again, there's a response card. If you can help us in any way with the process of discipleship, please mark that appropriately. If you've heard anything about these classes that you're interested in taking yourself, you also have a chance to mark that on your card, and then you can tell us when it would best fit into your schedule. So far, we've only been able to offer our trademark class on Wednesday nights, but we will soon start offering that on Sunday mornings as well. So please mark it if you'd like to attend. Give us some contact information. The last thing I want to talk about that I'm very excited about, it was kind of introduced on the calendar that we passed out last week, but the fact that our congregation, everyone, our connect groups and Sunday morning sermons will start studying this book called Believe very soon. And I'm very excited about it. We had a chance to do some training for our connect group leaders this week, and they're excited about it as well. But the idea is we will all study the same thing and work together on strengthening our faith as a congregation. Again, taking that mission statement of leading people into a growing relationship with Jesus very seriously. So what I would like to ask you to do is if you have a smartphone, an iPad, a tablet, any sort of thing like that, go to the appropriate app store for your device and look for this app. It's called the Believe Assessment. It's free. You can download it, and it asks you a series of questions. It gives you a chance to identify what congregation you are a member of, and we are listed in there, Carthage Nazarene. And it asks you a series of questions, and you rank yourself from 1 to 6 on all these questions. I think we have an example of the first question. It asks, how strongly do you believe that God is the only entity, the only God of the universe? If you're not sure you believe in that, you rank yourself low. If that's a lead pipe cinch belief in your heart, you rank yourself highly. This is confidential information. It won't be shared. You don't even have to identify yourself to take this survey, but it does stay on your phone, and you can review it, and it will show you the places where you have the most opportunity for spiritual growth. And so very excited about that. If you choose to, you can have it email you the results, but otherwise it stays on your phone. So those are the things I wanted to talk to you about. If you have any questions, please look for me at the end of the service. Fill out your response card and drop it in the collection bucket as it comes by, or with an usher as you leave. Thank you.
Actually, I want to ask my ushers, Lewis, Ted,